Welcome to week 12 of Against the Spread. I'm Drew Livingstone. That's Cam Stewart. Thanksgiving Day picks were done in a previous video, which I will link right here or here. I don't know which side of the screen I'm on, but it'll be on one of those sides. Cam, are you excited about Thanksgiving?
I am, Drew. We talked about our Thanksgiving treats. You know, it's going to be fantastic. One of my favorite days of the year. It's gluttony, right? You just want to eat and basically have a drool cup on the couch and watch football all day. I wish, I got to be honest with you, I wish Canadian Thanksgiving would take it up a notch like U.S. Thanksgiving. And these guys don't screw around. It's not just one day. They take Thursday, Friday. Like, it's not just a one-day thing like in Canada.
It's a 5-day weekend.
Yeah, it's a 5-day weekend. In Canada, we got a couple CFL games, and that's about it, right? So Canada, this is a message. If you want to do Thanksgiving right, we got to add some sports to the mix. Let's get it done right.
Comments. A couple of our American viewers didn't know what Yorkshire pudding was, like I thought.
Oh,
they discovered it watching our show, and they said it looks delicious. So
it is.
It is very delicious. I recommend making some at home. All right, let's get right into it. Atlanta going to Jacksonville, Cam, laying 1 point on the road.
Oh boy! Start. Hey Tom, what a start! What a start, Drew. We got Atlanta and Jacksonville. Really?
Both the London teams.
What?
Both the London, England teams.
Yeah, these are some bad football teams, Drew. This game just reeks. But you know what? Sometimes we can bet bad games. I just don't like what I see from the Atlanta Falcons at all. They're a 4-6 football team, and you know they move the ball a little bit. The loss of Ridley, it's actually really sad what could have happened. Even though Pitts could be a star, Matt Ryan is getting murdered back there. Their offensive line is horrible. And as for Jacksonville, after the win versus Buffalo, they ran into a hot 49ers team. I actually think Jacksonville's in a good spot here. They're getting a point at home. I think it's going to be a pretty tight game. I think Jacksonville probably wins this game. I'd look at the under as well. I don't know where points are going to come from in this game.
Yeah, 47 is a lot.
Yeah, it opened up at 46, but it's being bet down. That's a little bit of a concern. But I see Jacksonville winning a 24-20 type of game. So I'll take the 1-point dog. Jaguars, let's get some claws and teeth this week. That's a tough game, though, Drew.
Cam, if you had to guess, so I don't think it's Ridley that's the problem. I think Patterson being hurt is a big problem for Atlanta.
It is.
How many points do you think the Atlanta Falcons have scored without Patterson?
In how many games?
Into the 2 games he's been out.
I'm thinking probably, let me think, about 10?
3.
Oh, three. Yeah, that's right. That's 3.
So Patterson likely back this week, which means Atlanta's offense will be back and running smoothly. So I'm going to roll with the Falcons. I know it's a weird play, but I think with Patterson back in the fold, that opens up stuff for Pitts, and that shows that they can move the ball a little bit more. And Mike Davis, just get him off the field. Like every time he's on the field, the Atlanta offense is.
Oh yeah, here's the Atlanta Falcons too. 4th and 1. Let's run a draw to like Davis right into the lineman. Like no creativity in the offense. It's just so stupid. But hey, if you're going to beat anybody, you could beat Jacksonville.
Yeah, exactly. So I think this might be a get-right game. All right, Tommy tiebreaker right off the bat, 6-2 last week. Let's see if you can keep it rolling. Where are you going?
Got a statement I never thought I would say, that this offense lives or dies with Cordell Patterson.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Give me the Falcons -1 if Patterson's back. If he has a setback or whatever, I love this for Jacksonville because of
those. If you wishy-washy, Tom, you got to pick one side.
I'm taking the Falcons, but okay. I'm hedging my bet like any good gambler does. I want both sound bites. Yeah, give me the Falcons -1.
There we go. All right, Cam. The Stewart betraying you on the first game of the season.
Yeah, it's okay. It's
first game of the week.
Yeah.
All right. The Titans going to New England. Foxborough, Mac Jones and the Patriots, first place in the AFC East. They may not be first place if the Bills win on Thursday night. I think it'll be tied and the Bills have a better division record. But the Titans, 6.5-point underdogs, Cam. Is that too big?
It is. I think a lot of people are going to be jumping on New England. Here's the thing. New England's got to be the best story of the year, Drew. You talked about it in shows past. Belichick, A+ on his report card. With a rookie quarterback, the things that they're doing, it's just this team never goes away. But now we're getting Tennessee in a spot. I had Houston last week, didn't have the kahunas to take them on the money line, and then I take them in my survivor. And it was one of my favorite picks of the week. Drew, you know how much I love the Texans. But we're in a different situation now. Tennessee, I think they're starting to understand we got to get things done. This team is still 7-3 ATS. I love the road record too, 4-1 against the spread on the road. I think New England wins a nail biter in this one. I think Tennessee can cover 6.5. I think it's too many points, way too many points. I think it's a field goal game. Give me the dog of 6.5. Give me the Titans.
Cam, I think this spread is ridiculous. Like it maybe like -2.5 for the Patriots would make sense to me, but if the Titans win that game by 20 last week, then I think they may even be favored in this football game. So
it's an overreaction.
Seeing them +6.5, I think this is like one of the best bets of the week. I don't understand it. I mean, yes, the Patriots look good, but let's not forget who the Patriots have beat up on. It's not the toughest opponents. We'll see how they do this weekend against Buffalo next week. But yeah, you need the Patriots to win by 7 points. I don't know about that. So I'm going to go with the Titans as well. It's one of my favorite picks of the week. And can we just say, everyone who's saying like, oh, we didn't expect this from Mac Jones, blah, blah, blah. He had the highest ceiling of any rookie quarterback because of where he landed.
Yeah.
Let's not act like this is such a big surprise.
No, it's a good point. But the thing is, and I knew he was very efficient at Alabama, Drew, but, you know, I'm not going to say the Patriots have the best receiving core. I think he does deserve respect. I know, but he's a smarter quarterback than the other guys because he knows what to do in situations where he nickels and dimes, right? He'll take what
it
the
helps
defense
having
gives
Josh
him.
McDaniels and Bill Belichick coaching.
Exactly. But you look at the other rookies, right? They force the issue. They force the issue all the time. They're always trying to be superheroes. All the other guys are way better with their legs, but Mac Jones is smarter up here, and that's what matters. He'll dink and dunk and do the things, and then the running game to set up the pass. Just a smart game plan. And you're right. The coaching staff totally helped him out. That's why he's the most efficient.
I did laugh last week. They were like, Mac Jones, first attempt over 20 yards, intercepted. I was like, okay, that just shows you what their offense is built on, that strong running game. And I think
exactly
can perform well against it. They shouldn't have lost to the Houston Texans, but that's another story. All right, moving on. The Steelers going to Cincinnati, a big battle of the AFC North. Cincinnati laying 4.5, Cam, at home. If you want me to go first in this one, I'm going with the Steelers and Mike Tomlin, plus 4.5. AFC North, this is a playoff game. This is going to feel like a playoff game, and you're giving me 4.5 points in an AFC North tight matchup. If it was 3, I might go Bengals, but 4.5 is too many points for a tight division matchup.
Yeah, I wish this line was 3, but I'm still going to take the Bengals. Here's the thing. Pittsburgh looked great in that second half against the Chargers. The Chargers do this with everybody, though. They keep teams in games.
They can't win games by luck.
It really pisses me off, actually. Like it's unbelievable the way these teams burn money when you take them on the spread. You can only tease Charger games or take the over because it's usually a shootout and it comes down to the last possession. But we're talking about Bengals Steelers. Here's the thing. Bengals go on the road after the bye. They absolutely murder the Raiders in the second half. A lot of Joe Mixon, Joe Burrow, efficiency. And I'll tell you something, the Cincinnati defense, Big Ben, if you blitz him, he's going to get murdered. I don't understand why the Chargers didn't bring Bosa and the rest of the whole game. You saw the last drive, sack, sack, sack. You could keep on doing that to Pittsburgh. Their offensive line is not that good. Give me Cincinnati by a touchdown at home. Years and years of misery for the Bengal Cats. They're going to take it out on this Pittsburgh team that is not that good. Give me Cincinnati to cover, win by a touchdown.
It's funny because on DVOA, Pittsburgh has a better offense than Cincinnati, which you wouldn't think just looking at those two offenses. But
true.
Yeah, I mean, the Bengals could for sure blow them out. We saw last year at the end of the season when the Bengals just smoked them at home. So it's definitely possible, but I think this is a do or die game for Tomlin and the Steelers, so I'm going there. All right, Tommy Tiebreaker, who you going with?
Long gone are the days of perfect and that kind of like angry Bengals team that's undisciplined, that loses these games, gets skunked out by the Steelers. One team's on the rise, the other team's only in the conversation because they're well coached, and they're squeezing games out that they shouldn't really be winning and wouldn't be winning if it wasn't for the genius that is Mike Tomlin. I really like the Bengals in this spot, like Cam said, echoing that. Love the stakes for them. They can come in and kind of change the era. And put their stamp on this division. And obviously, yeah, this game means a lot more to the Bengals if they're going to go on a healthy playoff run here or make a run at a playoff spot, I should say. So I think the stakes are a little higher for the Bengals. The upside's a little higher for the Bengals. So I think they can cover a 4.5 spread.
All right. The Stewarts back together. Making Scotland proud. All right. The Jets going to Houston. Cam, love that.
That was good, Drew. That was good.
All right. The Jets going to Houston. Houston, 2.5 point favorites at home. Yes, they beat the Titans, but it's still the Houston Texans, Cam. Do they deserve to be favorites here?
Yeah, it's still the Houston Texans, and it's still the New York Jets. So I don't know really what do you do with this game? Do you flip a coin? I wish it was a pick 'em. I don't like to lay points, but I'll tell you about one thing about this Houston Texans team, and this is very important, Drew. You know the hockey angle? Players that get called up a couple games, they really do really good things trying to get another contract to put money and food on the table for their family. Houston has a lot of one-year deals, and I think it's something that you can't overlook. You saw how good they were against Tennessee, people playing for jobs. As for the Jets, Zach Wilson's back starting. I don't think that's a good idea at all. This kid has no confidence.
They have no choice.
Yeah, they don't have a choice. Yeah, Flacco's getting murdered too. Like all their quarterbacks are banged up. He's going to be thrown into the fire. You know what? Texans by 3. The line is 2.5 as taping of the show. So I'm going to take the Houston Texans, hold my breath, Drew, and plug my nose because it's a stinker.
Yeah, I just think, Cam, Elijah Moore has looked so good the last few weeks. I mean, he's like one of the top PPR receivers in football. The Jets offense looks like they're moving the football pretty well. Michael Carter being hurt is not good, obviously, because no one wants to see Tevin Coleman on any football field. I just don't think Houston should be favored in this spot. I know the Jets are the Jets, but the Texans are still the Texans. They win one game in 9 weeks, and all of a sudden they're favorites.
Yeah.
I'll go with the Jets here. All right, Tommy tiebreaker yet again. Where are you going?
Yeah, give me the veteran lace team over the young and inexperienced team and the young and inexperienced coach. And I couldn't agree more with Cam. It's Houston by 3, and you can take that to the bank. That's an absolute.
Oh boy, Tom, that's a big shoe in the shoe. Yeah. That's a big lock. I don't know.
Saying a lock
every
with the
lock
Houston
has
Texans.
A key. Tom's throwing out locks in Texans Jets.
Yeah, it's a very bold game. I will not be betting this game. I'll be honest. That's not a game I'm rushing to the window to put a bet.
I bet every game, Drew, because that's who I am.
Fair. I laugh in the comments though. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, they got this game wrong and this game wrong." It's like, yeah, but when you look at our best bets, we're 4-2. Why don't you just take our?
You got to learn something, Drew. Trolls and whatever. Just come on, guys. We're doing the best we can here, and if we're having a winning record in this thing, we're still doing well. As I know, people that are in the poorhouse betting the NFL. It's a very, very tough league. So, and we also tape, Drew. Full disclosure. We tape before. Some of these injuries and quarterbacks have changed. We've lost tons of games because we've had a team at -6 and the quarterback starts. We're only getting like a pick. Like we've been screwed a lot of the time by COVID and injuries. So anyway, guys, I think we're doing pretty decent. It's hard.
All right. The Carolina Panthers, I almost said Hurricanes. The Carolina Panthers going to Miami to take on the Dolphins. Cam Newton and the Panthers getting 2 points on the road. Should they be favored? Cam, you can go first in this one. See if you can. Are you backing your boy Cam?
Cam. No, this Cam is not. He's going against Cam. Here's the thing. I like what Cam Newton did, and I'll give him credit, but it's still not good enough.
We called it. We said Washington was going to win.
Yep, Washington was the play last week. We were on that game. See in the chat, did you give us a thank you for the Washington pick outright too? Anyway, we don't care. We don't need any kudos. I know the way things work. Yeah, we're supposed to get every game right and be perfect. Well, if we did, I'd be living on a golf course in a beautiful mansion, and that's not the way it is. So we're taking the Miami Dolphins in this spot. I'm still not really that impressed. They could have done that better with Tua at quarterback against the Jets, but they got it done. And the one thing the Dolphins are doing better is defense. And that's bad news for Cam Newton because he's going to make some bad decisions, maybe throw a pick 6 in this game. Listen, the public's still on Carolina. He's an upgrade from Sam Darnold, as I said, but still, Drew, is Cam Newton a great quarterback? No, he still throws dirt balls. He can run. That's the one thing. I worry about the legs, but the Miami Dolphins are not afraid. They're going to have a game plan in this game. Dolphins by 3. We're getting points now. Look at the way this line opened up, right? It opened up as Dolphins as favorites. Now they're dogs. What are they getting?
I think you wait here. I think you wait because I think it's going to get bigger.
Yeah, I might even go to 2. I might even go to 2.5, 3, and if it goes to 3, I'd hammer it. But we have to bet it now at 2.5. What is it? 2, Drew? Is it 2 or 2.5? It's 2. I'm going to still take Miami. Yeah, give me Miami plus 2. 2-point dogs.
I love Miami here, Cam. I think they're a money line play. They're going to outright win this game. I mean, you saw Miami held Lamar in the pocket, didn't let him run anywhere because they just constantly blitzed and made him throw against the man coverage. I think they do the same thing against Cam, and I don't think Cam can beat them. Lamar's a much better quarterback than Cam Newton. And like we said last week, everyone was ripping us saying, they said Taylor Heineke's better than Cam Newton. How could they possibly say that?
It's true.
Look at the film. I think he's a much better quarterback now. But, yeah, I think Miami wins this game outright, so you're giving me plus 2 points at home. I think I have to take that. I'm glad you're on my side as well. Let's not forget, too, Miami's won 3 straight, Cam. They're rolling. They're doing pretty well right now.
Now they're hanging in there, and this is the thing. If they go 5-7 after this game, they're still alive. So I know it's very, very it's tough, but I'll take Miami.
All right, moving on. The other Florida football team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, going to Indianapolis. 3-point favorites on the road, Cam. You can start here. Where are you rolling with this one?
Tough game. Tampa Bay, we had them that game against the Giants, but that was after 2 losses. They looked bad, and still, I don't think this is a perfect football team. I think they're flawed, and the Giants just couldn't do the things that they needed to do in that game. As for Indianapolis, they now have a game plan. And they're not afraid of Tampa Bay. They can run Jonathan Taylor, and you don't want a street fight with the thing is Tampa Bay's got a good D line, but Indianapolis is a great offensive line and running game. You keep Tom Terrific off the field, you smash Jonathan Taylor, and that's a recipe for success. The Colts are hot. Carson Wentz, don't do anything stupid in this game. Just hand off the ball, dink and dunk, and this is the recipe. You don't have to be a hero. Just run Taylor all night long. Indianapolis will cover this game. We're getting 3. I think they win the game outright by a field goal. We're getting a field goal as 3-point dogs. Give me the horseshoe. Give me the Colts.
Cam, this is one of my favorite picks of the week, and it's the Tampa Bay Bucks. And I'll tell you why.
That's fair.
Second best run D in football, so they're going to force Indianapolis to throw the ball. I know Indianapolis has a great O-line, but I think that defensive front in Tampa is very, very good. And then you're facing the team that's given up the second most passing touchdowns in the NFL. So Tom Brady's going to be able to throw all over them. They got Gronk back. They looked amazing with Gronk back in the fold. Godwin, Evans, the whole repertoire is there at Brady's disposal. And it's indoors where Brady has been excelling. So yeah, I think if they can win this game, and it's only by 3 points, I love this side of the game, Cam. I could probably going to be wrong because Indianapolis.
I don't know about that. It's betting against Tampa Bay. It's kind of funny though. You look at Tampa Bay; they're 7-3, but Drew, they're 4-6 against the spread. So,
yep.
And we're doing a spread show here. We're not talking about outright winners. We're getting 3
100%.
points with the Colts. Tough game.
I agree with you on that front. Tommy tiebreaker. Where are you going?
That statistic I read last week as well about like the Colts giving up a lot of giving up the league's high in passing touchdowns. I watched the secondary last week against Josh Allen and a lot of really good receivers.
It was also pouring rain, Tom.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I mean, they can frustrate you. Their defense is severely underrated, and at this point, they really shouldn't be. It's going to be a really close game. I think the spread is right, but it's just on the wrong side. I think the wrong team's favored here. And so for that reason,
the wrong team's favored. You think the Colts should be favored over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Absolutely. The way that they've been playing, they're indoors. Like I said a couple weeks ago too, the Bucs are an old team. The longer the season goes, the harder it is to get up. The injuries start festering. When the Colts look hungry, they look like they figured it out. The game plan's simple. Carson Wentz again been completely underrated this year. No one's talking about him. He's thrown one or two picks or something. Like really efficient with the ball. They got a great game plan and they'll implement it against the Buccaneers and they'll come out with a big one here. Go Colts!
Two of you guys, publicly backed underdogs, are not where I like to go. So.
No.
You guys can enjoy that one, and I'll be laughing with Tom Brady, who I do not.
Will you, Drew? Oh, okay.
I think so.
You, Tom, and his locks and his shoe-ins, you guaranteeing victories.
I didn't guarantee nothing. I'm just saying Tom Brady's going to win this football game.
Oh, we'll see. Tom Brady might be coming back, and he might be knocked out of this game. So be careful what you think. I'm telling you, the Colts D can get to him.
The Philadelphia Eagles, Cam, going to the Giants. The Eagles favored by 3.5 on the road. This game's an absolute mess. I will not be touching this. NFC East showdown. Where are you going here? The Giants' huge letdown on Monday night.
Well, the Giants, this is how dumb this organization is. Like, honestly, like you might as well hire
Garrett was bad.
No. Me, you, and Tom, hire us drunk and we'll do a better job. But the best is they replaced Jason Garrett, who's a buffoon, with Freddie Kitchens, who's even more of a buffoon. Like, what are you trying to do, Giants? Are you trying to, like, infuriate your fan base in New York and get more?
Did they not see what the Cleveland Browns did with Freddie Kitchens?
God, this team
couldn't score.
Who is in charge? Like, do these guys have pictures of people? What is the move with Freddie Kitchens? No, honestly, like, me and you are fans of the game. Like, the guy's horrible. Anyway, I like the Giants here just because all the stupid stuff. This is how stupid it is. All these bad things are happening, and they're going to show up with some, like, fill-in coordinator. Kitchens might have one good game. The Eagles, everyone's high on them right now. Divisional game, I'm getting 3.5. Drew, you know this league. Oh, the Eagles. They're going to murder these guys. I don't know. I think the Eagles might squeak out a win. They got to win by 4 to cover. Give me the G-men because it just doesn't make sense. I think they show up at home this week.
Yeah, I'm going to go Giants here, too, just because I don't like the reverse line movement. Everyone's betting on Philly, and it somehow went to 3.5 instead of 3. So that's right there, red flag telling me to bet the Giants. Or it's a big trap. It could be both. But I'm going to go with the Giants as well. Freddie Kitchens, though, he's the king of getting to the 1 yard line and going like, hey, you know what? We got Nick Chubb. We got Kareem Hunt. Let's throw the ball 4 times instead of giving them the ball at the 1 yard line. It would frustrate me like crazy. I'd be like, just hand the ball off. It's easy. This isn't Marshawn Lynch in the Super Bowl. Stop overthinking stuff, Pete Carroll. So give me the Giants here. It's probably a bad play because the Eagles are rolling, but the NFL is a weird football league, Cam.
It is. All
right. The Chargers going to Denver, Mile High, laying 2.5 on the road. All these road favorites and home underdogs. I'm surprised you're not just hammering all these home teams.
I do have a lot. Well, let's take a look. I took almost every home team. I took the Bengals. I took Houston. I took Miami. I took the Giants.
The only
wake up, Drew.
you have is the Titans. You're right. All right.
Go back to sleep.
Let's see. Do you keep the streak rolling? Denver Broncos at home, 2.5 points. Are you taking it?
No, and the thing is, I'm probably going to lose this game. This is one home dog I want no part of. The Denver Donkeys, as my boy Mick Ozzie likes to say. The Chargers, though, they'll make it interesting. They'll probably have a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter, Drew, and then
I can't believe it. I can't believe they blew that game to the Steelers camp.
It's no, honestly, like the fact they didn't cover in that game was disgusting. Like it was just.
It helped me and Tom out because we were on the Steelers, but
it helped you guys. I'm just like sitting there going, this is a train wreck. But here's the thing: take care of business. Divisional game. Denver's really let's call it out for what it is. They're regressing big time at a fast pace. If the Chargers take this game seriously and go on the road, they should win this game by 13 to 16 points, in my opinion. It's 2.5. If it's a trap, Drew, you know me, I usually avoid these traps or go the other way. I'm falling right in. Give me the Bolts again. Chargers by 13 in this game. I think they cover the 2.5. Seems like a trap, but I'm in.
Yeah, I'm falling through the trapdoor here too, Cam. We got the number 3 offense by DVOA against the 26th defense. I mean, everything says the Chargers are coming here and absolutely smoke the Broncos. But you know, it's the Chargers. They could win this game by 1 point on a last-second field goal, or throw a pick 6 at the end, or something crazy could happen.
Yep.
And Denver has a good rush offense, which I'll give them credit for, and the Chargers run D not so great. So that's their recipe for success, is keeping Herbert off the football field. But I don't think they will. So me and you both falling through the trap, Cam. Cross your fingers and toes, because the Chargers are not a team I like backing.
I agree, but we're going to do it again. The line reeks. Like, why didn't they make it Chargers 3.5? But I just can't take Denver, so we'll see.
All right, Cam, your Minnesota Vikings have won you a lot of money this season.
My favorite team now, Drew. I'm going to change my background to all Viking stuff. That's my team.
No, because it's bad luck, Cam. The team you cheer for always screws up in the playoffs somehow. You don't want the Vikings missing field goals like they usually do.
Settle down. Settle down, Drew. I got to tell you a story, though. For all you future players out there, you could look at all this stuff. If you want value, I bet on 3 teams, okay? I already have, at the start of the year, futures on the Rams, but they're very flaky. But this is what I'm saying, Drew. All 3 of these teams are 60 to 1 you can find right now, and you're not going to get these prices. Indianapolis, Minnesota, and San Francisco. Those, to me, are 3 huge dogs that have a chance to do something in the playoffs. Just saying, I'm not going to say they're going to win the Super Bowl, but $10, $20 bets to get like $1,200. Watch out, because all of these teams have beaten good teams before, and they're trending in the right direction. That's all I'm saying. And I hate the fact that Minnesota and San Francisco are going against each other, because I love both teams as NFC underdogs. Yeah,
this is a big grudge match. Let's get to decide a playoff spot, Cam. You still didn't say which side you're going with, though. I know you love it.
I'm going with Minnesota.
Okay.
San Francisco is really hot. Deebo Samuel is one of the hottest players in the league right now. They got him running. They didn't have to throw the ball. Everybody that was ripping Jimmy Garoppolo is not ripping him now. But I think Minnesota is just one of those teams. It's funny. Kirk Cousins is like a punching bag. Have you seen the guy's numbers? Like, Kirk Cousins is, as we said before, people, he's 100 times better than Baker Mayfield.
Except for in prime time. We said that. In prime time, Cousins
we said that at the start of the year, Drew. At the start of the year.
True.
He's being good. Kirk Cousins and Jefferson have a relationship. The San Fran, they're good too, but Minnesota can run the ball with Cook and Madison. This is going to be a great, great game, because San Francisco's hot, Minnesota's hot. I think it comes down to a field goal. So I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings as a 3-point dog, but God, San Francisco's on fire.
Yeah, and San Fran's running game is just unbelievable.
It
They
is.
have some injuries, but like that O-line is probably the best O-line in football right now, and they're just Deebo Samuel, one of the best playmakers in football, like you said. I got to go with the Vikings too, though. They're coming up. It's just could this be a letdown spot for them? They just beat the NFC North Packers. It was a huge.
Could be a letdown spot for San Francisco. They're playing great too. Like, I don't know, but I think both teams are hot. I'm just taking the dog, but it's a very difficult game.
Yeah, that's why the public is even split 50-50, almost perfectly evenly on this game. So yeah, I'll take the points as well. I don't like it. It's not one of my favorite picks of the week, but yeah, I'll take. Look, we don't like this game very much. We'll take the points. All right, the Los Angeles Rams going to Green Bay, Cam. It's a straight pick 'em. Over-under is 48. I like the over in this game because I think it's going to be a lot of points, unless it snows. I don't know the weather in Green Bay. I'm not a meteorologist. Where do you go in this one, Cam? Do the Rams have a get-right game coming off a bye?
They better, and that's where I'm going with this game. I still think Green Bay, I got a lot of respect. I'm not down with everything Aaron Rodgers does, but the guy's playing with a toe injury, and I'll give him respect. Green Bay, if you guys like numbers, they're 9-1 against the spread this year. So you'd almost be insane to take a team like the Rams that's 4-6, but I think the bye will be good for them. Kind of like Cincinnati. They got a get right game against the Raiders. I think McVay understands these guys got a lot of prima donnas and stars and flakiness. This is all business this week for the Rams. I think they go into Green Bay and beat the Green Bay Packers in this spot. Stafford has not been good, but I'm looking for a good game and a complete game by the Rams, who pull it off and win by a field goal. This game is a straight-up pick. Give me the Los Angeles Rams. Probably going to regret this, Drew, but I'm in on the Rams. I think the bye will help them.
We've seen teams off of byes, Cam, this year struggle, and I think that trend continues. I think the Packers, huge letdown against the Vikings last week, and they need to establish themselves as they want that 1 seed, Cam. Home field's so important for them in the playoffs. They want LA coming back to Green Bay for the NFC Championship. They don't want to be going to LA and playing indoors against that offense. So I think they win this game. It's going to be very close. I could be wrong. Like we said, it's a flip 'em. There's a reason it's a pick 'em, right? So yeah, I'll go with Aaron Rodgers and the Packers to get back on track. And I think, honestly, I don't think Odell is good for that receiver room in LA. I know people are all excited about that offense now with him added, but I think Robert Woods is a better receiver, Cam.
Oh, really, Drew? Thanks.
Oh, okay, you're on my side. Okay.
No,
Everyone's so excited about
Odell Beckham is not even in Robert Woods' league. If you think Odell Beckham is a better receiver than Robert Woods, you shouldn't be. First of all, you've never watched football, or you don't. You need your head examined. Sorry.
All right.
Literally, come on. Really?
I agree with you.
Okay,
but a lot of people are so excited, like Odell's some super.
No, yeah, he's no Robert Woods. He's Odell Beckham. He's not that good.
All right, Tommy Tiebreaker, where are you going?
Okay, I'll take Green Bay. I'm just looking at their schedule. They got after this game. This is basically the last test for them. They got the Bears, and the Ravens might be a little tough on the road. And then they play the Browns, Vikings, and the Lions. So I think that this is kind of like the last time to really, show that you're the number one team, that you want to be the number one team in the NFC against a real good opponent in the Rams. I think Rodgers shows up and in a pick 'em, you'd be dumb, like Cam said, to go against the 9-1 against the spread. Green Bay.
You calling Cam dumb, Tom?
I think Cam's statement was correct. His pick was wrong. But, go Green Bay. Pack will win by a field goal. It'll be a tight game. But give me Green Bay.
It's funny, Tom. Like, I'm starting to know. I just met you earlier this year when we started this. But I don't know. You're a real lover of cheese. I see that you take the Packers almost every week, which is good because they're 9-1 against the spread. So
you can't go wrong.
You could afford a 7-year Balderston instead of Kraft singles because you take the Packers all the time. I've just noticed it. I don't think you've not. Have you bet against the Packers this year? I don't think you have.
Off the top of my head, maybe once. Yeah, but I don't.
Last week I was on the Packers. You both were on Minnesota.
Right. Last week we liked Minnesota.
Yeah,
Other than that, you've been on the Pack.
And I nailed that one too. So that's Tom. If
Tommy
I broke, don't fix it.
Self pat on the back from Tommy Tiebreaker. Let's not remember what happened when we gave you your own 3 best bets, though. Okay. But yeah. Green Bay Packers 4-0 at home against the spread, so me and Tom will both ride that train, and Cam can ride with Sean McVay coming off a bye, which is probably
that's a problem.
All right, the Browns going to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. The Ravens laying 3.5 at home. Lamar Jackson said he's 120% chance to play, which means he's going to play. Cam,
I don't care.
The Browns have been terrible lately.
They have.
Is this a bounce back game for them, or is this just no? Season's over. Sorry, Baker, get out of town.
Oh, Baker Mayfield's horrible. Honestly, the fact that he does progressive commercials now, he's got his girlfriend like wanting to fight his battles and stuff. Is a disaster.
He's calling up fans on Twitter like, "Don't talk bad about my boyfriend."
Oh, seriously, just relax. Like, just you got to have a talk with your girlfriend and say, "Honey, I love you, but let me just take care of my own business. We can't have this." I'm going to take Cleveland plus 3.5 in this spot. I don't like to. I'm going to hold my breath. As for Baltimore, I think they're a fraudulent football team, as we've seen. These guys barely beat the Bears last week. They should have lost to the Lions. It's like they are the worst 7-3 football team.
They would have smoked the Bears if Lamar was at quarterback.
I'm sorry, Raven fan, and you can come at me, whatever. But let's talk about your season. You should have lost to the Colts. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you lost to Miami. Lions. Yeah, you should have lost to the Lions if you didn't have the best field goal kicker. Come on, this team could be they could be like 5-6, maybe worse. Worse. I'm going to take the Cleveland Browns. I don't like the play calling. I think Stefanski has done a horrible job this year, as we've talked about many times on this show, but it's a divisional game, field goal game, and Baltimore's got to win by 4 for you to cover. Give me Cleveland.
Cam, I loved Baltimore before you started speaking, and now you're making me want to go the other way. But
I can't
back Baker Mayfield with my money, Cam.
I agree.
I can't trust it.
I can't back Baker Mayfield, but more of me says I can't lay points with Baltimore winning by 4.
I agree with you, but it's just watching the Browns not be able to destroy the Lions last week with Tim Boyle at quarterback was so frustrating to me. They should have blown them out of the water. Should have been a 40-point victory by Cleveland, and they just let them hang in. They almost lost that football game to a guy who threw for like 80 yards passing, Cam. And they can't stop the run. We saw DeAndre Swift run all over them last week, and I think Baltimore, with Lamar Jackson back, is going to run all over the Browns. I think they win this game by 4 or 5 points, and that covers the number. So I'm going to go with the Ravens at home in a get-right game because last week against Chicago didn't count. That's a wash for me with Huntley at quarterback, and they want a payback for that Miami loss. So I think they go to 8-3, and they knock the Browns out of this division contention. Tommy Tiebreaker, where are you going?
I kind of see the dramatics of the Ravens a little differently from a different angle than you do, Cam. I kind of see it as a team that just is you can't really ever beat them. They're always in football games. They always keep them close. They're even when they're playing bad football, they find ways to get results. And 5 of their next 7 games are against.
But will they cover,
opponents.
Tom? It's not about winning. It's about winning by 4 or more.
But that's it, right? Is the Browns are kind of this means so much to the Ravens because the way to the playoffs is they got to win this division. The division's going to be super tight. I mean, look how close it is right now. Like I was just saying, 5 of the next 7 games for the Ravens are against divisional opponents. So they got to show up for this game, and they got to put a beating down on primetime on the hemorrhaging Cleveland Browns. So I will take the Baltimore Ravens.
Are you
minus
ready
3.5?
Chris Collinsworth talk about Lamar Jackson, this guy, the whole game, Cam? Or are you just going to watch on mute?
I got to be honest with you. And I love Al Michaels, but Collinsworth drives me nuts. Like he drives me nuts with his comments. So no, I usually do, Drew, when I'm working. The TV's always on mute anyway, so I don't really like listening to the commentary. So no, I don't want to listen to the game.
How do you feel about the Manning broadcast? I love it, but I know a lot of people don't like it.
I'm not a real. I think it's okay in some points, but to be honest with you, I don't care about what Kevin Hart says. Like, you understand where I'm coming from? Like it's funny with Phil Mickelson, a couple other guys, like, you know what I mean? But, and like Kevin Hart's already in every single commercial and every single platform. It's like, I can't get enough of this guy in my life.
That's
like,
one guess. That's one guess. That will let him.
No, but I'm just saying, like, after a while, I'm a bettor, so I understand. Sometimes it's good. I'm just saying, I'd rather watch the game on mute without the regular crew than watch whatever. I like to just kind of do my thing, and I'm usually on the air when it's up. I don't need commentary a lot of the time.
That's why I like the Manning broadcast, because it's just two brothers having fun. They're not really talking about the game all the time, and like you don't need to listen. You can just watch the game. You don't need to listen to what they're saying.
Yeah, that's true.
Doing something else in the background, and then they have some funny jokes here and there. I don't know. Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. Tommy Tiebreaker and me on the Ravens. You're on the Browns. Moving on now. Your Seattle Seahawks. You got the helmet in the background. Big, huge Seahawks fan, Cam. You got a tattoo on your leg, don't you?
No, I don't. Yeah. Get one on my ass with Pete Carroll and a big X through it. This team makes me sick, to be honest
Washington,
with you.
1 point favorites.
I needed them last week just to win the damn game on moneyline parlays and Colt McCoy, and this team is just useless. Their offense sucks. Their offensive line sucks. Russell Wilson's already checked out. Pete Carroll's a moron.
Is Wilson gone?
He's going to be in New Orleans, I would think, moving forward. I think that makes sense, or maybe even with the New York Giants. I don't know about Danny Dimes.
Maybe Freddie Kitchens can take over as head coach and
Yeah. Great. Yeah, sure. Anyway, I know everyone's going to be on Washington and the line move. The line to open up at Seattle was favorites, but the Washington football team is a much better team than Seattle. I'll take Washington. I think they win this game. They're still playing for something. They're 4-6. Seattle's 3-7. Even if Seattle wins, they're too far gone. Let's worry about draft picks now. We've had a good run. I just don't trust them. Give me Washington.
Yeah, I mean, before the season started, everyone was probably looking at this game like, oh, what a great Monday nighter.
Yep.
2 division winners.
Now it stinks.
Or not 2 division winners, but Seattle against Washington. Seattle needs to win these football games, Cam. I just don't understand what's going on.
Doesn't Washington need to win the football game?
No, they do, but I'm saying like Seattle should be winning these games. Like,
but they're not.
On their team?
They're not. They don't go to DK Metcalf. They have an inconsistent running game. They have a horrible coach and coordinator. Like, I don't know what else to say about this team. They're not very good.
This is the last time I'm going to do it, but I think this is a get-right game for the Seahawks. If they don't win this game, I'm not picking them the rest of the season, Cam. Last chance they have.
Drew, it's their 10th game, 11th game.
I understand.
Like, what do you mean get-right game?
But this is the get-right game to me.
Okay, no, they could win this game. I'm not saying it's a 1-point spread, but God, get-right game? They got to still play. Don't they have to play the Niners again?
Yes,
like, don't they have to play the Rams?
I don't know if Pete Carroll survives the season. So this game is like...
He will survive the season. He won a Super Bowl with them. They'll fire him at the end of the season.
That's fair. He's not getting fired.
He's not getting fired mid-season.
I just think they can win this football game. They need to win this football game. Everything on paper
says
they should win this football game.
So Pete keeps his job?
They can still make the playoffs, Cam. Outside chance.
They're done. Yeah. They're the same level as the Giants. Their history, man. They're not going to make the playoffs. If you think Seattle, I'll get Drew. I was going to say give you a car. I don't have enough money to give you a car.
Yeah, give me a car, Cam.
What do you want from me? And I'll get you tickets to a Colorado Avalanche game if Seattle makes the playoffs. Okay.
Well, that's how comedy.
You know what? We'll go to a Leafs Colorado game. I'll buy the tickets. Good seats. If Seattle,
it's next week, I'm already going. You'll have to pay it next year then.
Okay, next.
Seattle though, Cam.
Something. I'll buy a freezer full of food.
If they win the last 7 games,
yes,
it doesn't like they might make the playoffs.
If they win the next what?
7 games.
You think the Seattle Seahawks
I don't think they will. I'm saying they need this game.
Oh, Drew, stop. Just stop. They might cover this week, but this guy, you're killing. Tom, make sure you play this clip as the one you put out to the public because this is fun. No, Drew. They're not winning 7 games. I'm not saying they're going to
win 7 straight, Cam. I'm saying they're way better on paper than Washington. They should win this football game. So I think they're going to.
Are they? Jamal Adams is the most overpaid
overrated.
player
He's
in the
overrated.
league.
He's a great run stuffer.
They're not. They're just a bad football team. They're bad. Washington.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
Win this game now.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
I'm probably whatever. It's a hard game, but
Cam,
the fact that you're talking about these guys running the table is comical.
I'm not saying they're going
right,
to.
Tom?
I'm saying they could.
Anyway, let's go.
Tommy tiebreaker. Make your pick.
Let's go to TT over here, Tom. Tell Drew he's insane, please.
Listen, everything that Cam is saying is correct about the Seahawks, but we're giving way too much credit to Washington. They're one of the worst. They're one of the worst defenses in football, and as advertised as these like elite pass rushers, they've been bottom half, bottom third of the league in defensive pressure. So like, it's who do you like, Rivera or do you like Carroll? That's really what it comes down to here. I think that man, it's so hard to pick because like Drew's saying, like Seattle should win this game. Like if any other year, any other time and space, you're taking Seattle in this game, but something says Washington wins this in FedEx. So man, I'll take Washington. I'm with Ken. I'll take Washington.
Sorry, Drew. I didn't realize the Avs played next week.
Yeah.
What? I don't know what the hell you're doing, Tom. Like, which way? You sounded like you're going Seattle. You did.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
There's no prep here. I'm figuring out these picks as in real time. You're finding. You're watching the thought process. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's what we're
Cam, let me just say this.
I'm going to say this. Washington is better than Seattle, Drew. I'm sorry. They are.
31st defense against DVOA.
I don't get that. Seattle can't score points. That's the whole issue.
This is a get right for them.
Okay, I don't. It's a horrible game. Let's put it that way. This is a horrible
Seattle wins this game, you wear that helmet on your head to start the next week's show.
What, the hockey helmet?
The Seahawks helmet.
I can't fit it on my head, but I'll try. You're right. No, Drew will do it if I can slip it on. I'll do it. Like if I can really
put it on. You don't have to stuff it on. Put it on.
I got a big pumpkin head. You see me in that hockey helmet that I had from 30 years ago. Like my head was squishing through it. But anyway, yes, I will do that, Drew. See, that's the thing. I will do that. That's right. Even though we haven't the contest milk bones with peanut butter, whatever.
Whoa, okay. Let's not. It's a dog treat, but it's not milk bones dipped in peanut butter. I'm not doing that if I can't make up 3 games.
Okay, well, we'll come up with something, and you can come up with something for me. It's fine.
All right. Let's move on to best bets. We don't need to do Survivor because Cam got knocked out last week. Tough show anyway this week. I mean, you made it to week 11. You can't be upset.
Thank you. No, I should have, and I liked you have bet Houston in the game. I'm a moron, so that's on me.
Yeah, I mean, we both bet Jacksonville too, though. So I think you weren't going to go San Fran regardless. So I don't know who else you would have taken.
We can't pick Thursday games as our best bet, so that's not.
No. So let me hear who your bronze pick is first, Cam.
My bronze pick is going to be Tennessee. I'm going to take the 6.5. I think this is the week New England might have a little bit of problems, and if they win, I think they win by a field goal. Silver pick, Drew, because I'm insane. I'm going with the New York Giants. I think this is a perfect spot where the whole world bets on Philadelphia, and the Giants actually maybe win the game or squeak it out. I still am not sold on the Eagles, even though they're playing better football. And my top play of the week, this is very, very difficult. What am I going to do here with my top play of the week? I'm going to go with the Indianapolis Colts +3 against Tampa Bay in an outright win.
All right. Well, I don't like that my silver pick is against your gold, but okay. My bronze pick will also be the Tennessee Titans. I think they win this game outright against New England, and they're 6.5-point underdogs. So give me the money line. Never mind the spread, Cam. My silver pick will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the road in Indianapolis. I think Tom Brady and the boys will beat the Colts. And then my gold will be the Chargers by 2.5 in Mile High. If they can't win this game by 2.5, they don't deserve any credit. The rest
of the game just reeks.
Yeah, it's a trap. I'm falling for it. Gold pick, Chargers. I'm all in on Justin Herbert this week. The Broncos shouldn't win that football game. Tommy Tiebreaker, I'll give you one best bet. See if you can make up. If you can get this right, one lock of the week, we'll give you your 3 picks back next week. Who are you going with?
Oh, God. All right. Give me 2 seconds here.
Drum roll, Cam. Drum roll.
I will take – oh, my gosh, man. Okay, yeah. Miami +2. Lock it in.
Yeah, there we go, Tom. I like it. And you know what, Tom? I like that. If we had another mineral, I like Miami top I think that's one of my top 4 picks. I like the Miami Dolphins.
Miami's a very good pick. I'm surprised you didn't go Vikings, Cam. I thought you would love them.
Yeah, I thought about it, but San Francisco's hot.
All right. Any final thoughts before we let the audience go?
No, Drew. I just we'll see what happens with this Washington-Seattle game. And, I can't take you to a hockey game, but I could try to put a novelty helmet on my head for your entertainment.
Yeah, it'll be funny. You can have a helmet on while I'm eating the dog treat next week.
Exactly.
All right. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, everybody. Thanks for joining us once again. We will see you next week. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. And the link to the Thanksgiving show will be in the description below. Thanks for joining us.